So I would say that ActiveCampaign is medium easy to use. Like there is a little bit of a learning curve, but as soon as you understand the basics, it's actually really easy. So what I want to do is I want to create a form and a simple automation so that you can see how easy it actually is. So I'm in ActiveCampaign right now. This is the dashboard. So at the top, you can see how many contacts you have. And over here, you see a recent activity feed of what's happening. But so what we want to do is we want to go over to site and we want to create a new form. So then we go here to forms. And we click create a form. And then over here, I will call this ActiveCampaign cheat sheet. Then you can select a form style. I'm going to choose the inline form, which is basically a little embedded form on the page of your website. And then the action we want to perform when somebody is submitting this form is going to be subscribe to a list. And then I want to say here main list, and then I click create. And then you see over here, this is what it by default looks like. So usually what I do is I get rid of the copy because I want to add that myself. Like I just want the form itself over here. Then I go over to style. I want to disable the branding. And instead of the full name, I only want to ask for the first name. So I drag that over here and then you see it will be replaced. Then I click first name, and then I want to make that required because I really want people their first name. I think it's a bit more personal. And then what we can do is we can also style the submit button, for example. So we can over here go to button, and then we can say here, okay, I want to make this my branding yellow. I really like yellow, and I want to make the text inside it. I want to make that black, for example, right? You can do something like that. And then if you want, you can also use some custom CSS to style this even further. Now, then there are some options over here. You can go here to form action. So we have that someone is subscribing to our list. And then if you click this, then you can also enable or disable your double opt-in. So double opt-in means that somebody is going to get a confirmation email that is asking them to click basically a button or a link to confirm their subscription. So usually I like to turn this off, and then I click save, and then I click integrate. And then what you can do is you can add this code to your website, and then the form will appear. I'm not going to do that right now. It really depends on how your website is built. So I'm just going to click here, save and exit. And then we're going over to automations, and we want to create a simple automation that is going to deliver that cheat sheet as soon as somebody is filling out that form. So I click here, create an automation. Then I say here, start from scratch. And then I click continue. And then we have a blank automation. And then the first thing that it will ask us is to add start trigger. So what is starting this automation? So over here, I say submit a form. I click continue. Then you can see here which form. So here I say, okay, ActiveCampaign cheat sheet. And then you can also set it to run once or multiple times. So if you set it to run once and someone fills out the form twice, then the second time nothing will happen because it already run once. If you set it to multiple times, then it will start over and over again every time someone submits a form, for example. So I just leave this to once for now. And then I say here, add a start. And then it will ask us to add a new action. So the first action that we want to do is we want to send an email. So here I say, okay, send an email, create an email. Then it will ask for an email name. So this is just for yourself. The contact will not see this. So I will just call this cheat sheet delivery. Then I click create. And then you see the templates that you have. So when you do this for the first time, you probably don't see any templates, or maybe the default templates by ActiveCampaign. But I'm, for example, using this template, and then I can just say here, okay. And then we get the sender details. So I want to send this email from Max van Kollenburg. And then here I want to say, okay, hello at maxvankollenburg.com. And the email subject is going to be cheat sheet for. And we can go over here and we can say, okay, for first name, close. So then it will say cheat sheet for John, for example. Then we click continue. And then we have the email from our template. So I'm not going to write this whole email now, but I would just say something like, hey John, here's the cheat sheet you asked for. Just click the link below. Then the link below will go to a PDF in Google Drive, something like that. And then I have my signature and a PS. So here I'm going to click save and exit. So then we created our email. And then over here, we're going to click save. And then you see over here that we have our start trigger and our email. And then what you, for example, could do is you could say, okay, I want to add an action, conditions and workflow. I want to wait until the contact has opened the cheat sheet delivery email for up to 2 days. So when somebody is opening this email, they will continue right away. If they don't, they will continue after 2 days. So what we want to do then is we want to check, did someone actually open that email? Yes or no. So to do that, what you can do is you can click the plus, then you go over to conditions and workflow and you select here the if else. And the if else allows you to split the automation based on a condition. So we can say here, okay, has opened. And then we say here, cheat sheet delivery. Then we click add. So if they followed the no path, they did not open the email. If they did open the email, they will follow the yes path. And then what you, for example, could do is you can add another email that says something like, hey, did you see the cheat sheet? And then if yes, if they did open the email, then you could send maybe some onboarding emails that says like, hey, this is my story. This is how I want to help you. Or maybe an invite for a webinar or a free email course, something like that. But yeah, this is basically how easy ActiveCampaign is to use. So you just create a form, then you have your automations, and then you can start out with some really simple automations like this one. And then as soon as you learn some new skills, for example, I have lots of videos on YouTube that will teach you lots of different things, then you can expand your automations and make them even more advanced. So I think it's really cool stuff. ActiveCampaign, medium easy to use, but after a little bit of learning, I'm sure you will master this and that you can create beautiful automations.